Back to the rise of the golden idol. We've completed chapter 1, so now chapter 2, the pursuit. Several years earlier, are we gonna be finding out more and more about what's been going on with the idol, in which a power is saw. Yes, someone found the thing and is already getting up to no good. So we get a court board, and the next story, obviously nothing available yet because we haven't done anything. And we have garden retreat, the Zen Center rendezvous. It's night, and this lady is just raking some sand. True, he always was a thief, but did it have to go that way? Before the new dawn, night must fall, I suppose. She's got a credit card from Opig Incorporated, and she's crying. Okay, like many words. From the justify, she's crying. It's like stolen property, acid, seizure, someone's death, nervous breakdown. Yes, I am having a nervous breakdown with the amount of words you're just throwing at me. Radio saying something, maybe that's what she's responding to. You're listening to this psychedelic hour on Rock FM this fine Friday evening. That was Bad Rag with their short-lived hit, She Pulled Back From My Kiss. The song enjoyed some success earlier this year, but quickly fell right down the charts. Oof. I've been thinking about the mechanic they did here where you no longer click on the words and they just fill in, and I guess that's a lot nicer for like gamepad because as I said in the first game, like I did not enjoy the gamepad controls, and that's why I stopped playing it originally on console. There's a passport being burned here. But now I'm feeling like not clicking every single word as I read, it means I'm not feeling the connection between where a word came from, right? Like previously I felt like just the clicking meant like, oh, I sort of remember where I got this, but now not only I don't click on the words, they're also like not the specific words you see, they're yes, just taken from the fact that this woman is there and she's crying. So many things were added. So it's better for controlling. It's better for controls reason, but I think for like the mental links for me at least, I preferred clicking. Okay, we've got an answering machine. Delay the other two till September. Oh, we got a bunch of messages. Hi, it's your favorite ex-husband. You'll be pleased to hear I'm finally getting sober. As part of the process, I'd like to make amends with you. For starters, I've decided to return the Lankan artifact I took in the divorce. All I ask in exchange is your forgiveness. If you're free on Friday, I could break it down. Let me know. Okay. So he took the idol. This is Chief Auditor from OPEX Finance Department. I've been going through your foundation's recent payment history, and frankly, you seem to be robbing us blind. Unless you can explain yourself, you can expect a visit from me on Friday. Well, I'll have to confiscate your credit card and any assets you bought with it. Okay, she's not paying for the credit card? Hey, it's me, your trusty colleague. Sorry I've been off radar. I've been keeping my head down at the Dragonfly Inn. I'll swing by on Friday with our new pointy-eared friend. Remember, I'm gonna need plan B rates for this one, not like the other 7. Now that we're parting ways, I'll also need that passport we discussed. Okay, there's a lot happening in this woman's life. Okay, it's August 74, as in the year is 1974. We get all of the numbers. Okay, so there is moon phases, and there is a moon outside. So I assume it might be important to know where are we in the, because people were saying we're doing this on Friday and all that kind of stuff. So the time might be important. She's got a lot of artifacts lying around. This lamp looks cool. More clicking. Hairspray in the drawer, okay. There is wine in 2 glasses. Someone was here. Probably not the husband, because the husband says he stopped drinking, right? So unless she's like, oh, you know, as revenge, I'm just gonna make you fall off the wagon, I would say probably not him. And there's some spray bottle and like green tracks. Money? 10,000 of whatever currency we're using here. Towel. Strange artifacts, okay. Just more artifacts. An open safe with more artifacts. Okay, so that's like the different artifacts that were accounted for in here. Or is this the artifact that he brought back? Because this wasn't accounted for, but now it's here, so it wasn't the golden idol. City Gazette, eccentric historians Harmony Foundation receives millions for undisclosed project, okay. So she's got some sort of foundation that involves her collecting artifacts. I mean, you know, something that historically would be happening. So someone came here, their shoes, like man's shoes. They were having a drink. Then some social struggle, like the rug, clearly the rug was supposed to be here, but it's like pulled up here. And then the curtain's torn, the banister's broken. And then, yeah, this is like the debris down here. And she's burning a passport and then raking the sand. So she may have, oh, because there's a shovel as well. So she buried someone under the Zen garden sand. We are missing one spot and couple words. So just need to find where the thing is still interactive. Oh, here in the drawer. Oh, I said there was a hairspray, but I somehow didn't click on it properly. I didn't collect the words. Cool, so what are we trying to see? This is the story in the core board for the main thing. Okay, and the events took place at the Harmony Foundation, because that's the place she's running, on August something, 1974, resulted in someone's death. Okay, so we're not even like naming people or anything, we're just like getting a general overview. But yes, we do need to figure out the date. So every single person said they want to come on Friday, but as I'm saying, I don't think it's the husband's visit because yes, she says delay the other two till September. So it's only one of the people is coming. Of the 3 messages of 3 people saying I'm coming Friday, she says okay to one, and then 2 of them she says come September, right? So the husband, I don't think it's him because the wine and he's getting sober, so presumably he wouldn't be drinking. There's the finance guy. I'm not sure like the chief auditor would just be barging in and being like, I'm taking things, right? Because like, surely you need to like go to court and get some bailiffs or something. I don't think the chief auditor would be coming into your house and taking things. But you know, what do I know? And even like the credit card, surely they could just make it in. I know it's 74, so it's not like as computerized as everything, but you can still like cancel someone's credit card centrally, right? You don't need to physically come and take it. And this is her colleague that's been staying at the Dragonfly Inn. They're coming together with their dog, or their, I mean, pointy-eared could be a cat, but it's just like, would you really be taking your cat here? Like, you tend to leave your cat. I know some people walk their cats, but you tend to think about it being a dog. And yes, and he says, or they say they'll need that passport, right? And there's a passport burning, so it feels like it's that third person, their colleague, coming in to discuss whatever the weird things that they're doing. But anyway, we just need a date. And from this, it's we have the crescent moon on the left side, which means we would be going from a full moon towards a new moon, going this way, right? So it is the 17th of August. 17th. Yep. And then we unlock events. Okay, so this is where we need those details. So it's the colleague that visited the historian to exchange something. Like, they want the passport, right? I'm now realizing that I don't have a word for passport. Like, we saw that there was a passport in the pit, but there isn't a word for it in our selection. Well, what's the rest of this? During the meeting, one of the people suddenly tried to do something to someone. So I assume whoever came in to see her suddenly tried to attack her. In response, something. So in response... So let's play that. During the meeting, someone suddenly tried to, what we have, hit, rob. I mean, we have kids, like, it could be the ex-husband in the end being like, coming here, trying to get back together, but I don't know. But yeah, in response, the historian, something the other person. Like, there is like spray, like there's spray in here, and then there is spray on the ground, and it's like here. So the historian sprayed the person with hairspray and then pulled a rug, because that's the situation here, right? They were standing on the rug and then they fell out. As a result, the person fell and Well, they fell and like ripped the curtain, fell through the banister and died. As a result, the person verb I something. Like what would be the word? Something, an object. Like they could have hit something, right? They hit I don't know what they have. They fell and hit a rock. Okay, is this like blood here? That they like, it's like, it doesn't make very clear, like, then we switch between the pictures how far this rock is from the window, because like all the debris is here, but they could have landed here and hit this rock. So as a result, whoever this was fell and hit a rock, right? So that's how they died. I mean, if you're saying it's the colleague, what do they say in their message? They say, yeah, I've been keeping my head down. Remember, I need plan B rates for this one, not like the other 7. Now that we're parting ways, also need that passport we discussed. The other 7, how many artifacts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it is about the artifacts. So they were trying to exchange an artifact for money, and the passport was just like the extra thing they wanted to get. During the meeting, the colleague suddenly tried to... what? Did they try to like rob her or something? And then she sprayed the colleague with hairspray. As a result, the colleague fell and hit the rock. Yes. Everything correct. That is, I think, one of the very few, or the only one case so far in the game, in both the games obviously, where someone has died but you don't get to see the body, right? They're just, the body is implied, they're buried under the sand. Yes, the historian's colleague brought her a strange statue, but then began transferring other artifacts from her safe into his suitcase. In her attempt to stop this, the historian killed her colleague. To cover up what she's done, she buried the body and burned the fake passport she had provided for him. Okay, and from here we get some addition to our main story. Oh, Lazarus Hearst, yes, Encyclopedia Mystica. Lazarus Hearst was the leader of the Puritanical Order Party, which covered Albion from 1792 to 1795. Some claim he used a mystical artifact C called an idol to seize power. Nowadays, though, this is known to be a... Okay, we had that in the first chapter as well in the cutscene. Golden Idol. The Golden Idol is a fictional artifact said to have derived from ancient Lemuria. Believers make contradictory claims about the idol's supposed function. One popular theory is that it granted eternal life. No one thinks this anymore. However, modern historians agree that the idol never existed, and scientists have shown that such functionality is impossible. Not this one. Okay, so it's just about the fact that someone is convinced that the idol is real. So we have the historian. Is Lazarus Hearst her colleague? I mean, as far as we know, he died. But, you know, never know, never know. Like, there will be more spaces we fill things in, so I'm not gonna, like, commit Lazarus Hearst to being the colleague. Okay, next case. Behind bars, an alarming incident at Sternwold Prison. There will be 43 wards in 50 spots. Alarms are blaring. We have sentences to fill in. We have 8 people to name. Well, let's start from the side here. There's a plan for the prison, like an evacuation thing. No really information here. Thank you. We have cell number 1. Like, it doesn't have a number, I'm just gonna call it that. There is some bits and pieces, arts and crafts someone was making in their cell. Apparently they're allowed scissors in there. Awareness, end of soul, splitting space. Okay, that's... I can hear you, naughty, naughty. My dear friend, you may not have heard the sad news that our mutual hero, the artist Alfred Beasley, passed away on... is this 2nd of August or 8th of February? Which way is the dates? 1973. I hope the prison officers will allow you to hang this poster inside your cell. May we continue to find meaning in his drawings for many years to come. I know you will grieve for Alfred, as will I. As a spiritual man, I believe the key to escaping our torment lies in remembering the date of our loved one's death and celebrating his life passing each year. Okay, this sounds like secret code for prison break. So find meaning in his drawings, right? Key to escaping our torment lies in that date. And they're saying like 2/8/1973. Again, I don't know which way the dates are. but maybe that's okay, or we'll figure it out. Okay, we unlocked the message. The secret message was encoded with something and could be decoded as. Yes, okay. So this was a secret message. So it could be like 281973, right? That it's just numbers. It's not actually matter what the date is. Well, we'll keep that in mind. Or actually, this one's numbers here. So we could say, is it 281973? But then what? Is it the words in the whole letter? Or is it the words in just the bolded sections? Well, I mean, there are words here that do not appear in this letter at all. So it might be like this is the key, but the message is somewhere else. Flowers for the inner growth, the Harmony Foundation. Okay, so that's the historian. Okay, Catherine fine with Alfred Beasley. So that might be something to do with the secret message as well. Because this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if we say like 2 is warm and it's purple. So like here the purple is a box. Or like hiding, but I'm not seeing anything like that. Then 8 is the red, and this is a flower, so that could work. Then 1 is the little pink thing, and this is a book. Do we have a book or disguise, like the book is wearing glasses or something? Not sure. 9 is the pink, so that's another book, like a spine actually of the book. So we have spine. No, here. 7 orange, that's the equal sign. Yeah, flower equals spine. No, it's 7 is equals goes here, and then the spine is here. Yeah, okay. Flower something spine equals, so maybe like that. And then 3 is the dark blue. It's like a saw and some toilet paper. Saw. Flower something equals saw. Okay, so 2 is like, what could it be? Like the purple thing is inside a box. Inside, there we go, inside flower. And then 1 is the pink, like it looks like a book wearing glasses on like, and it has a pointy nose. Inside flower, what could it be? There's a disguise. Inside flower disguise, spine equals saw. Inside flower nose, spine equals saw. Like on these other pictures, it was the colored thing that mattered for the word. And here it's like the book part is colored. Inside flower book spine equals saw. Okay. Inside flower book spine equals saw. I'm not quite sure, even with the coded thing, I understand what exactly does it mean. Okay, we've got cells, speculum, alkali, erased, Bushwick, life. Rules: no gambling, no tobacco, no cell decorations without an officer's permission. Henry, it's absurd that the cell numbers run from left to right in some hallways and right to left in others. When you install the new signs above the doors, please pick a direction and stick to it, okay? So there is some issues with which side this is. And they've taken the numbers off right now, so we don't know. Window with bars, yep. Someone was doing some counting. Yeah, they've got contraband in their cup. And they've got secret compartment with book. While working the laundry room, I heard that Kempton is organizing another poker game. Buy in 1 full tobacco pouch. To do, find out how he always wins, no matter what he's betting on. Could be used for his leverage. Overheard Sainsbury delivering something next door. Can he be bought to update? Surely it wasn't a hack, so was it? It sure has sounded like it the past few nights, from what I've been able to hear over that blasted soap opera. Okay, so it tells us about other people, and there's some sheets. There's 2 officers. Not that one, you muppet. Start at the end of the hall. I want all the cells turned over methodically. A badge for the Pale Club. Okay, so this is the Gaelic football again. And a gun. And he's also got a gun. Yes, sir, Mr. Kendall. Sorry, Mr. Smith told me to begin with number 28, but you're the boss. Okay, so there's some confusion about the numbers happening here. There's Julia. I'm enjoying my new job tremendously. It is so rewarding helping the men better themselves. In particular, I have been helping one inmate nurture his talent for abstract art. One of his early sculptures explored the very fabric of the universe, using nothing but paper. Quite the virtuoso, eh? I like to think I played my part, and as I was able to find everything he needed at my local craft shop. More recently, the same inmate explained to me his need to precisely prune one of his sculpture to capture the fragility of human spirit. What a visionary. Once again, I managed to find just the tool he needed, this time in the prison storage room. Unfortunately, my superiors don't seem to see that men like him are just misunderstood, especially our commander, Officer Patrick, who treats them and us terribly. I hope I never become like that, no matter how far up the ranks I eventually climb. Yours forever, Percy. Okay, we have some information about the names of those people. So, for example, his name is Percy. And then that guy also says, okay, he doesn't use the name, he just calls him a Muppet. But he says, sorry, Mr. Kendall. Sorry, Mr. Smith told me something else. So his name is Kendall, but Mr. Smith is someone else. Okay, more things here. There's TV magazine, Love, Lust and a Landromat on TV. A pack of marked playing cards. Okay, so that's the guy that's cheating, which will tell us probably who's in what cell. And then we have another floor. Oh no, that's the outside. Okay, so here, okay, so in that cell there was stuff on the window, but we can see that the bar have been sawn off. There is something here with a piece of fabric. We've got this guy clean cuts these, just the pliers and some wire cutters should be enough to fix it. Even this tiny toolkit should have those. Spool of wire, pile of pliers, property of Sternwell Prison. His name is Henry Wakefield and he's maintenance. Okay, get that name in immediately so I don't get confused. There we go. There is a drain and a saw in it, hacksaw, and then this guy, not so tough now, eh, Adley, you big girl's blouse. What sort of insult is that? He's got guns. And they've got a dog, and the dog's name is Clovis. Do we have to name the dog? No. We've got, try calling me that without a gun in your hand, screw, see what happens. Okay, so this is Athlete then, because he's talking to the guard. How dare he not inform me of his plans? That idiot dug his own grave. When I get out, I'll pull him 6 feet under. He's got some spinning coin. Hey, big girl's blouse, looks like we've got a new nickname, eh, neighbor? Okay, so he's making fun of that guy at the end. Just one more year and that'll be me, free as a bird. The torment is nearly over. I trust that this will help you to forget whatever you think you heard. As extra insurance, I have a small request. I need you to get me something from your work. We can discuss it during the next exercise hour. So he's in on some plot so he can escape. There's an office. Oh, more names, more things. We have the cells and who's where. Yeah, we're gonna have to assign them. Clearly, I can't trust any of you idiots to guard the whole block by yourselves after 9 p.m. From today, November 15, you will all be working the graveyard shift every night. And get your bloody ears tested. How you didn't hear anything is beyond me. Okay, so they didn't hear the guy sawing through, but it seems like the guards may have been delivering some of the stuff, so they were in on it. Tear off a raffle number for a chance to win tickets in the pale game. And then we have like some pictures. Jason in for racketeering, Robert in for murder, Jimmy for kidnapping, Arthur murder, Daniel homicide. Okay, so guy with a scar on his face. His name is Jason and he's here for racketeering. Alright, because no one else has a scar on their face. So we can say he is Jason something. There is a picture here. Jeremy's got a honker, as in big nose. Someone's Jeremy. Is that him then? Is that what they saying? Okay, Jeremy, that you? Yeah, we have to get the names of all the people because we've got all the words and we've got all the places, so now it's putting the things together. I'm gonna go with, this is the guy that escaped, right? So we don't know who he is because he's run off, so he can go in there. And then the events, we have someone who was in prison for something, got out of his cell through something, using a something he got from someone. Okay, well, we know he was in prison. No, we don't know why he got out of his cell through a window, right? Using a saw blade he got from from someone. I think it might be Percy, because he was like, oh, you know, this person is an artist and I have to give him the tools to be able to do his art, but really he was just stupidly delivering him the tools for escape. Or maybe it's to do with the secret message, right? Yeah, inside flower book span equals saw. So someone gave him a book and there was a saw inside there, so maybe it wasn't Percy. He entered the yard via and reached the fence using something he got from someone. So he entered the yard on the drain pipe and then he cut the fence. Well, the scissors are still in the cell, so I assume like wire cutters for the fence, and that he may have gotten from Percy. Finally, he climbed, right? Because we have this here, like a ladder or some other kind of thing with a rope. Climbed over the wall by attaching bars. Oh, those are the bars. So he like has a rope attached to bars. He throws it over the spike and then climbs up, puts the rope the other side, climbs down, which he got from, oh no. Okay, the bars from his cell, right? It goes here. The bars from his window, but the wall by attaching sheets. So there was a note saying, I need something from your work, which is probably to a guy that was working laundry, and they said like, bring me a sheet from laundry so I can use this. Okay, can we match more people to the cells so we know who's who? So we've got names here and we've got this picture. So we know this is Jason, and then we've got this guy with like the mustache. So this might be the athlete guy. Let me just look at him. Yeah, I mean, that looks close enough for me. So it's Daniel Adley, this one. Then are there any other names they say? He says like neighbor, right? So like I assume he stays next to Adley if we can figure out where that is. There's more names here. So we have Robert, which is kind of a round face, could be this guy. Then Jimmy and Arthur. So we can maybe say that this guy is Robert, just purely based, like those are black and white pictures, so obviously the hair color doesn't matter, but he's got the round face and his sad mouth. So then we have Jimmy and Arthur. Obviously one of them is the guy who escaped and one of them is this guy. So we'll need to think about it. And that's this guy. So that's the guy that works laundry, right? Because he's like, I need something from your thing. Now he does say like, just one more year, that'll be me, free as a bird. So he might be saying this in terms of like, it's because my sentence will be finished, which out of the two people we cannot see, he's got 7 years and the other guy got life, right? So if it was because he's getting released, then it could be Jimmy because his sentence actually ends. So we can put him down as Jimmy, and it's just he's coming out and saying, well, the guy who escaped, he had life, so obviously he just had to go and escape. Okay, so where do we get more information about what's going on in here? Or I mean, we have all the information, but I'm like, you know, which bits we need to now examine. Because he says, start at the end of the hall. Right, I want all the cells. But he says, Mr. Smith told me to begin with number 28, but you're the boss. But I don't know whether this is he's going through here because he thinks it's number 28, but then they're saying the numbers are different and we have to like do it the other way, or it's just what he's saying, like he's saying go, because there's more than one, more than the 3 cells, right? There is actually 5, so we're just seeing this corner. So this is number 28, like he's pointing go over there at the end of the hall. 28 is also scratched out for some reason. We know Athley's in 27, so the guy who says, oh, neighbor, which is this guy, I think, is gonna be in 28, and they just erase his name just to make it harder. So Daniel Atlee, 27 here, because that would make sense with this guy is searching this cell and because saying Mr. Smith told me to begin with 28, which is this cell, right? So we know 28 is this middle one. I mean, it's the middle one either way. So actually we don't know, but that means if 27 Atlee is either this or this, right? Because it's one of the end, then this guy is here or here. So this guy is here or here, and then this guy is here or here. But we're saying if this is the guy that works laundry, which is Jimmy, if they're saying you didn't hear anything, right, he would be the next guy that's escaping, and he's got like sheets because he was getting the sheets because he's doing laundry. So that's a possibility. And then he's got a note, right, that says something about, yeah, I work in the laundry room. Kempton is organizing poker game. And then Sainsbury delivering something next door. And he's hearing the hacksaw. Okay. So what I'm getting through it is the guy with the cards, which is this guy here, is the guy who's doing the poker games and cheating because they're saying, find out how he always wins. So Kempton is in the middle cell, whoever that is. And the guy in here is the laundry guy. So that's the laundry guy here. And then another thing he says there, I overheard Sainsbury delivering something next door, which might be referring to this young guy, Percy, which talks about like, oh, I'm helping this guy with his art, right? So that might be his name. Percy Sainsbury. So then what we get from that? If that's saying cell 28 is the middle one and this guy Jimmy is in this cell, that would make this cell 29, right? Because it can't be 27 because we know this guy is Utley. So that means 29 is Beswick. So this guy Jimmy is called Beswick. And then in 28, we've got whoever's doing the cards, which it said in that journal. In 28, we've got Kempton, when we figure out who that is. But it's erased on the board just to hide it. Then 27's Utley, which we know Utley is this guy. And that means, well, we don't know this guy's surname, so it still leaves him here or here. And we have then Jason will be based on that. Henry, it's absurd that the cell numbers run from left to right in some hallways. Who is Henry, right? Who's installing? I guess the only officer we have with no name, oh no, is Henry Wakefield, the custodian handyman. So this doesn't help us anymore. But that means we possibly have a first name left over for this. No, but we probably have like first names that are nothing to do with anything. Okay, time for some organizing of what names are from where and if we use them. This is the name parts we have already used to fill this panel. And this is the names we haven't used, but they could be friends. We know Julia is a woman Percy's writing to, she's not in here at all. And then here, there was, where is that message? So yeah, we have Alfred Beasley is that artist, maybe real, maybe not, that we just don't include in here. Then in this note, it says Stephen Arias, so again, someone from outside is writing this. And we know Arthur, so from inspecting this, we know Arthur is one of the prisoners, and I think that's the prisoner that escaped. So he was in here, but he's not anymore, which means those are the name. So we have 4 surnames, and we have Patrick as a first name left, which means Patrick is likely this cop's name. Now we know also that the person Kempton, right? Kempton is a prisoner here and he wins at cards, which means it's the person in this middle cell, which means it will be either Robert or Jason Kempton. So that name goes somewhere here, Robert or Jason. Now I have to go and find where did I get all of those other names, because that may explain what they link to. This is what I was talking about, like, I now have no connection to where did I pick up this name because I didn't specifically click it. It just got auto-collected. So we're looking for Patrick, Blythe, Smith, and Packnam. Okay, so Blythe and Packnam are prisoners. Which means Smith is a surname for the cop, so he's likely to be Jeremy Smith. And now we know from the cell layouts that this guy who escaped, Arthur, was in this cell, and his name was Blythe, right? Because he was in 30 and it's going from right to left. So Blythe is the name for Arthur, so he's not here. So we have Kempton and Packham left. We use Smith for Jeremy, and we use Patrick Kendall. So between Jason and Robert, they're called Kempton and Packnam. Now, can I gather anything further about them to figure out where they might be? Because he talks to Atlee saying neighbor, right? But Atlee is neighboring 2 cells. And then we have this guy. He just says, how dare he not inform me of his plans, that idiot dug his own grave. When I get out, I'll put him 6 feet under, and he's got a double-headed coin. Why would that be important? He's in for racketeering, so it's like he's not even known for murdering. And like we get no information about what's in their cell, like one of them, right? We don't know what's in their cells because that cell is off the screen. Who's staying here, right? Like why is this important that they want to watch Love Last in the laundromat? At this point, it's also that, you know, I have 2 options, so I could just use that and confirm, also assuming everything else is correct. So is this guy in this cell? Is he like... Although, if this guy is in for racketeering, it feels like he might be doing like gambling things and stuff like that. Yes, okay. So that's how we know that, and that then means that he is Jason Kempton and that other guy is Robert Pakenham. Okay, logicked my way into it now. So we know that Arthur Blythe escaped. Arthur Blythe was in prison for murder? Oh, I should use this button because it lets you keep the windows. Yes, he was... lets you keep the windows all open where you had them and then just hide them from view. So yeah, we have Arthur Blythe who was in prison for murder. Got out of his cell through windows in Soba. He got from Stephen Arya, right? Because that was the person who sent him the secret message. So yeah, I can do this and all those windows go away. Right, so he sent him the secret message and a book, I assume, to say, hey, there is a saw blade in the spine. He entered the yard by a drain pipe and breached the fence using wires he got from Percy, because it was for his art. And then he got the sheet from the laundry guy, which is Jimmy Beswick. There we go. Yes, Arthur Blythe received a hacksaw blade from someone outside the prison named Stephen Arya. He used the noise from a fellow inmate's television to cover the sound of him sawing through his window bars at night when the guards were understaffed. There we go, and we get a new piece here. Mamouchum top league again. Mamouchum won the Albion Pale Championship yesterday, beating Victrix in a thrilling 1-0 final. Okay, so this is again Albion again, so kinda England, except now we seem to have like very diverged from where actual England is in that time. And also this newspaper has 11/16, which means it's American dates, right? Month, first, and date. Even though we're in Albion, which should be England, so why are we not using those dates? Or maybe they have 16 months, who knows? Killer on the loose, police are hunting a murderer who escaped Third prison yesterday. Arthur Blythe, who formerly worked at the Museum of Limerick History, was serving a life sentence for filing stabbing a colleague who had caught him stealing artifacts, which he later sold at various locations. Okay, so that's how it connects to the idol situation. So Arthur Blythe, was the person who escaped, but we don't have a picture for him because we haven't actually seen him. He was already gone. And then Stephen Arya is someone from outside. Again, I'm like, he is here. Lazarus Hearst might not be dead. But yeah, we still don't know what's going on in here. And we have the Arthur Blythe name, but we know it's going to be this person. We just don't have a picture for them. And who sent him something from outside, right? And she's typed in here, can't move it. Well. The plot thickens, and another case is waiting for us. But as I said, I was like, oh, maybe it will be chapters per episode. But we're getting again to this point where the individual cases are getting longer, so I think that'll be enough for today, and we will finish the rest of this chapter next time. So let me know in the comments what you thought about this one. Did I miss any bits of like logic or information? Because I know from the first game that they sometimes like hide that like one little bit that you can use to do extra logic. So I wonder if there was any things that I've missed that I could have used better. And yeah, if you enjoyed the content, consider liking or subscribing to let me and YouTube know this was good. And I'll see you soon on another adventure.